Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Ivan Fresneda, as it has been reported that Real Valladolid will accept 10 million euros plus variables for the Barcelona targets. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Ferran Torres, as it has been reported that the Barca forward is not in manager Javi's plans and he still doesn't want to leave this summer. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As reported earlier today, Barcelona will go after the signing of a new right back this summer, and at the moment, Real Valladolid starlet Ivan Fresneda appears to be the name heading the shortlist of Barcelona. The 18-year-old enjoyed a solid debut season in La Liga with Real Valladolid in the 2022-23, despite his club ending up getting relegated, and now the Blaugrana regard him as a cost-effective reinforcement for the right-back position. Fresneda has a release clause in his contract, with a club worth 20 million euros, but given Barca's financial situation, they cannot offer more than 10 million euros to sign the teenage right-back. Now, though, Barca may have received a boost in their pursuit of Fresneda, as Gabriel Sanz of Mundo Deportivo reports that Real Valladolid would be open to accepting an offer worth 10 million euros plus variables for the right back despite the 20 million exit clause. However, Fresneda is not being courted by Barca alone, as clubs like Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan and Arsenal are also keeping tabs on him. But the Blaugrana have notified the teenager of their interest in him and they have asked him to wait given their financial fair play situation. And the player is willing to wait for the La Liga champions to make their move. Barcelona director Deco met with Fresneda's agent earlier today at Hotel Sofia to lay the groundwork for the operation. But there is still a lot of work to be done for the deal to be finalized. A fee of 10 million euros plus variables should make Fresneda affordable for Barcelona, although they would still need to make some sales in order to create room on the wage bill to ensure his successful registration. Of course, it has always been a case of wait, let's first sell some players before we make a move. Wait, let's first do this before we make a move. And we have seen such cost us a lot in the transfer business, like the case of Ada Güler last week, which came as a blow for us Barca fans, as Real Madrid just snapped him away from us as the deal with him was very close. Now, Ivan Fresneda has been one of those players that we have been talking about uncountable number of times, being linked to the right back position. He's a quality right back, still 18 years old. He's a player for the future, and Barca are trying to secure him by all means. And I think it's been quite long. Barca have been showing interest, and they have not really taken the proper steps to ensure that the deal is almost there. And now, knowing that the player is also linked to clubs like Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, there are other clubs that can afford even the 20 million euros that it is his release clause. But Barca have said they can't afford the 20 million. Now they are saying that they can afford but 10 million plus add-ons. So there are still a lot of things to be done. And reports are saying Deco have met with the player's agent in a hotel. They had a meeting to discuss on how the deal will look like, and of course they are promising the player that they will go after him. They just want the player to be patient for certain things to be sorted out so that the move will be there. So the good news is Fresneda is willing to wait. He wants to wait for Barca despite links to other clubs, as he really dreams of playing for Barcelona. So Barca's idea now is to go for that 10 million, but they're saying Real Valladolid are asking for 10 million. They are okay now with the idea of 10 million, but Barca should know that they will also add variables to that amount, which means it will not be only a grand total of 10 million, but 10 million plus variables. Whatever amount it is, let's see how it goes. Of course, we know that a right back should be a priority for us to strengthen, as the club currently has no natural right back in the squad. Last season, we saw Jules Koundé playing majority of the season playing as a makeshift right back, but the player has since opened up and said he doesn't want to continue playing at right back next season onwards. And Javi Hernandez should know that better than anyone that we need a natural right back. We need a natural right back. Of course, players like João Cancelo have been strongly linked, but the issue of the player salary that Barca cannot afford and the fact that Manchester City are not open to a loan move. They want but a permanent sale for Cancelo. Barca cannot afford to pay 70 million euro transfer fee for the player, as that is a demand from City. So I think for João Cancelo, the interests have cooled down, and there's no reality. In fact, it does not even look realistic that it will go through for Barca. So Barca have been monitoring, but even Fresneda as the possible alternative. So as it stands right now, Barca are hopeful, and of course, there's a green light already from the player side that he wants to join Barca, and he is willing to wait for Barca despite interest from other clubs. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, Barcelona's transfer plans for the summer have not hit top gear owing to the club's inability to offload unwanted stars. Even though Ilkay Gundogan and Inigo Martinez have officially signed, their registrations cannot take place until their exits. Likewise, more players cannot be brought in until Barca get rid of some of the dead wood from the squad. One such player who is not in manager Xavi's plans, according to Mundo Deportivo, and is up for sale this summer is Ferran Torres. However, the 23-year-old attacker does not want to leave the club, making things really tricky for Barca. Torres has been at the club for 18 months, but has failed to hit the heights expected after Barca invested 55 million in his signing. The Spanish international has shown signs of potential but has not been consistent enough and fell down the pecking order behind Lewandowski, Dembele, Rafinha, and Sofati, who is also being linked with an exit. Barca so far are keen to get rid of Ferran Torres so that his sale would lower the salary mass and generate revenue, allowing them to register the signing of Vitor Roque. The Blaugrana are also understood to be seeking around 40 million euros for Ferran Torres, and there is interest in his services from Premier League. Some reports have even suggested that the 23-year-old already has a couple of offers from England, but he is reluctant to accept them as he wishes to stay put at Barcelona. As things stand, Torres will join the rest of the team for pre-season, and it remains to be seen if the Catalans will be able to convince him to leave the club in the coming weeks. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.